Breaking news, everyone. There's something that happened not many people are talking about, and it was very subtle, where it was announced 20 days before it was going to happen. At least they notified customers about it, and no one is talking about this, and it affects all of us. It affects our mindset in that the industry, the financial industry, is getting us prepared for quicker settlement times. I'm going to show you what has taken place on May 28th. U.S. exchanges or over-the-counter will shorten from 2 days, T+2, to 1 business day, T+1. So that started on May 28th. The settlement period for most securities has been shortened. And this has happened in the past quite a few times. We used to be, when trading started out, we were a T+0, so it was the same day. As things started getting busier and there started to be more trades, that was lengthened to, I think it got up to a T+5. But we've made it back to a T+2, and then on May 28th we moved to T+1 for the settlement times. And so my personal belief is this is getting folks out there in the mainstream that aren't in crypto yet, maybe some folks that are trading securities, it's getting them in the mindset of, hey, this is going to be quick, and we know crypto like XRP is going to trade within 3 to 6 seconds. So let's flip around and let's go over some of the documentation here, and stick around. You're going to be very interested in this and in some of the background in the trading periods that we've gone through in the past. I received this email on May 8th, 2024. So this is just 20 days before this change was going to happen. And you can look at the title of this: the trade settlement period will be shortened to 1 day beginning May 28, 2024. You scroll down a little bit here. Starting on May 28, 2024, the settlement period for most securities traded on U.S. exchanges or over the counter were shortened from 2 business days, T+2, to 1 business day, T+1. For most investors, this event may have little or no impact. However, there are a few key things to know. The T1 settlement period may benefit investors like you by reducing credit and liquidity risk present between trade date and the settlement date. This is an industry-wide change for most security transactions and types, such as stocks, bonds, municipal securities, exchange traded products, secondary market CDs, unit investment trusts, and certain mutual bonds, and limited partnerships that trade on U.S. exchanges or over the counter. There will be no change to the settlement period for treasuries, options, futures, as they already use the T1 settlement period. So yeah, this is pretty significant in my book, simply because we know that if you go to xrpl.org, we know that the XRP ledger's technology enables near real-time settlement, 3 to 6 seconds, and contains a decentralized exchange where payments automatically use the cheapest currency trade orders available to bridge currencies. So I personally feel like this is preparing those that may for example, may be into securities, but they may not be into crypto, and so they may be used to that, 1 day period. But this overall message to everyone is kind of more of urgency, and it's getting the mindset of the public and everyone in the world. It's getting that mindset ready for something like a blow your mind real-time settlement of 3 to 6 seconds. This is for the XRP, currency, I guess. We know that XRP is not a security, and that's already been settled. So yeah, this is pretty exciting. And so just a little bit of the history on the settlement times, and this kind of underscores the message here. I just went over to ChatGPT and asked about the kind of the evolution of the trade settlement times. It talks about early stock exchange, early days of stock trading. Settlements were typically done on the same day as the trade, known as T+0. Trade volumes increased. The manual settlement process became impractical. The need for a standardized settlement timeline became apparent. Regulatory bodies like the Securities Exchange Commission of the United States played a crucial role in standardizing settlement practices. In 1993, the SEC mandated a move from T5 to T3. So as we continue to progress here through the years, and we know that many of the things that are happening today have been put into play very early on. So yeah, and you know, this is more than likely many early years in the making. So the move from T5 to T3 was in 1993. So that reduced the settlement times to 3 business days after execution. Financial institutions and market participants actively contributed to the evolution of settlement practices. So, you know, when we went to the internet, obviously folks that were able to purchase online, you know, that had an effect as well on the, you know, kind of how the settlement times were going to play out. They recognized the benefits of shorter settlement cycles in terms of reduced counterparty risk, improved liquidity management, and increased operational efficiency. You know, I kept trying to, you know, push ChatGPT to figure out, you know, why we jumped from how we came from a T3 to a T2. You know, we just moved out of the T2 to T1, as I mentioned earlier. ChatGPT couldn't really give me a clear answer. But this is a significant date where in 2017, which we know was a big year for crypto, SEC mandates in 2017 a transition to T2 settlement for most securities traded in the United States. So you can see that they're progressively pushing to get the settlement times quicker and quicker. And a lot of this is definitely, you know, dependent on the technology. As technology improves, you know, things get faster, but that's the whole point of crypto though, right? And so by doing these incremental changes with the securities that are out there, they're starting to change the mindset of folks, and they're expecting quicker settlement times. You know, it's kind of interesting because if someone is used to a slower settlement time and all of a sudden they're getting a quicker one, I guess that's a positive thing, right? But it definitely can be a shock to people, as far as, you know, getting their finances in order. And so ChatGPT continues the progression towards shorter settlement cycles from T0 to T1 involved a collaboration among regulatory bodies, financial institutions, market participants, and technology providers. I'm not the biggest fan of the SEC, and I don't think that they should be involved as they are. But here it also states that the key settlement time changes along with the dates they occurred. So we have T0 trades settled the same day. T3, 1993, SEC mandated a move from T5 to T3. And then there's quite a huge, so that, what is that, 24 years, something like that. Yeah, something like 24 years. We were on T3, and then in 2017, the T2, you know, was changed to a T+2. ChatGPT is a little bit outdated where it says T1, while not universally adopted yet, discussions and initiatives are underway to transition to T+1 settlement, where trades settle 1 business day after execution. This transition represents an ongoing efforts to modernize financial market infrastructure and enhance efficiency and risk management. Risk management for retail investors, but definitely you better believe that more risk management for the big whales out there that are trading, you know, right now that are used to trading crypto. Yeah, this is all being supported by getting the mindset of everyone out there used to quicker settlement times, which is in line with you know, what crypto offers us today. So I kept pushing, how do we get from T0 to T5 in the beginning, because, you know, if you go back up here at the top, like I mentioned earlier, I kept pushing ChatGPT. It didn't give me a clear answer though, but we basically when we were on the trade floor, they were T0 same day, and it never really says how we got from T0 to T5, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So if anybody has any suggestions on or any insight into how we got from, you know, we start out at T0, if we go back to the timelines here, 1993 we went to T3, but what happened? How did we get to T5? So we started out as a T0, and then all of a sudden in 1993 we go from a T5 to a T3. Well, how do we get from a T0 to a T5? That's what I don't understand. And so we kind of went backwards there for a while, which you would think that we would have gone, you know, we went backwards. We were slower. We went slower for a while. I'm not sure exactly how that took place, but we were slower there for a while, and then we started to speed up in 1993 back to a T3. And so, yeah, definitely comment and let me know why you think we we digress to a T5. The main message here for my video today is just to let you know that the powers that be are getting the mainstream ready for shorter settlement times, and so we're all these are signs that we're getting closer to mainstream adoption of crypto. And Charles Schwab, the one that sent me the email that notified me about my account and the settlement times, also has a page here, the 8 things you should know about T1 settlement. So I just wanted to skim through some of these. And it gets faster because of the technology. Still doesn't explain why we went from a T+0 to a T+5, but nonetheless, faster technology, and that pushes and enables us to have shorter settlement times based on, as technology gets better. You can go and do a search if you'd like for this, 7 things to know about T1 settlement. Actually, it's actually 8 things, even though the URL says seven things. But so it kind of gives you a breakdown of what's affected. This is pretty interesting. How does it affect investment decisions? Some investors will want to make sure that they own shares by specific dates to participate in proxy votes or annual meetings. So definitely all this is really, in preparation to get us in the right mindset, as I said before. I hope you found this information informative, and I hope you will give it a like and you give me a follow and leave a comment below. I'm going to start digging a little deeper into why the DTCC was so involved in the early history of, financial regulation, and they had a lot to do with the settlement time history and settlement times and pushing for shorter settlement times at one point in history as well. And so I'm going to dive into that in future videos. So you're definitely going to want to give me a follow. And so until then, we'll see you next time.